Mr. Stinky coming at you live like a bullet, and you know I got Christina the Red Tail Hawk with me right now. We always
See,
discussing whatever we want to discuss and talking about whatever we want to talk about, whether it offends you or not. We're gonna say what we gotta say. So you had something you wanted to speak on?
yeah, the question of the day is what will people do when they find out Jesus of the Bible had a family, had a wife, and has a whole bloodline? He didn't get crucified. Check out the Sinai Bible. The Sinai Bible has the oldest text, one of the oldest manuscripts in it. This is the Bible they didn't give everybody today. I mean, after that, you have the Hebrew version, the Greek version, all these versions, and then you have today's Bible, which is so remixed and it doesn't have a lot of books in it. So check out the Apocrypha, that's the lost books of the Bible, including the book of Enoch. Y'all want to read that because it got some sci fi shit in it.
Stuff,
What you
stuff,
think,
stuff,
Mr.
stuff, stuff. We can't cuss in
Stuff?
here.
Oh, okay. My bad.
They really don't want to take your information serious if they think you like cussing with the Bible. You know the world's all brainwashed up,
Right.
judgmental. You know when they Bible tell them they shouldn't be judged in the first place, but they the first ones to judge everybody on the planet. Um. So you saying that Jesus had a daughter, a son? Is this where the Holy Grail comes from? I mean, what are we speaking on right
Expound on it, Mr. Stinky.
now? I've heard about this little black daughter, the little Holy Grail, uh, and I've also heard reasons why. They say a lot of the older. Oh no, I gotta charge
It's
this.
good.
My phone
Oh,
has to always do every
oh,
time
okay.
it get juicy. Every time it get juicy. Oh no. I'm gonna rig it up. I'm gonna have to rig it up. Damn. I wanted to do this one standing up because I always do my live sitting down. I'm gonna have to sit down to make the cord reach because I got the cord. Oh, we gonna get the juice in them. But no, you notice a lot of the older Catholic men, they worship. Well, the main ones. They worship black black dials or
The
something.
Black Madonna. The Black
Yeah, all that
Madonna.
stuff. That's what's so crazy. Like, I don't understand how people can be racist when they religious leaders worship black people. It's kind of crazy. Like, man, I just don't understand. Hold on. Okay. It ain't charging. Hold on.
Yeah,
Wrong
it's
button.
because
There we go. There we go.
the talent they have this thing called the talented 10%, and the rest of the world is 90% ignorant. So, since a lot of melanated people are ignorant, they don't treat them like the elite. So, like the elite in these secret societies, like the
Yeah.
Gnostics of the Christians, and then you have the Sufis of Islam, and then you have the Kabbalah practitioners of the Jewish Judaism.
Yeah.
So they are the talented tenth. So they know the truth, but it's not until melanated people wake up and become like increase that number of 10%, increase it, then they will respect it in the open. But they do worship the Black Madonna, the Black woman, the womb of the universe. They worship that in private,
Secretly.
secretly.
Secretly loving on the black.
Yeah.
Wow. That's sick. That's really sick.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. It's so much because I don't really know what to say. I want to hear some more from you today.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna try to throw out some things for people to research. When you want to know the truth, you got to get back to the origin. So, some things to look at are the different versions of the Bible. Now, the Yeshua is the quote unquote black Jewish, the black Hebrew, which is where the Merovingian family comes from today. They are like descendants of the Jesus. the Yeshua of the
So the
Bible.
Merovingi
Then,
is black too, of course, probably.
well, they have roots that are melanin, but of
Yeah.
course, so many people have mixed in with them.
Yeah. What they look
So
like now, the ones they
you
trying to
know what
show.
they look. You know what they look like now.
Like French.
Well, they look
You know, I heard that
what you
word, the
call quote
Merovingi.
unquote white.
Huh?
Quote unquote, they look white.
Yeah. Because that movie in the Matrix, the
Mhm.
Merovingi, they was some weird French people. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy because today's Bible has like a remix. That that book has like it's a copulation. You got to remember it's a copy of a copy of a copy times I don't know how many times.
Of
But
course,
you
of
have
course.
yeah, you have the JESUS, which the letter J was only invented like
Yeah,
5 to six
mistranslations, all
hundred.
kind of stuff.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
it was only invented like 500 to 600 years ago. So
Yeah.
when people are saying Jesus, I understand that the universe reads your frequency of your heart. Now, you're calling on what you think is the supreme source of all things.
You
Yes,
know, some people
you're.
believe that Jesus is the devil. When they talk about, I mean, that's what people believe. When they say the morning star and the son of the
Mhm.
morning, that's the
Mhm.
same thing. That the bearer of light and all that. They say Jesus and the devil is the same thing.
Well, like I said, the Bible is like a remix of a remix, and they got a lot of stuff mixed in there because you have the morning star and the evening star. One of them means Venus.
Yeah,
So they don't even mean the same. So when you hear that quoted in a church, oh, Jesus is the morning and the evening star. No, he's not. He's one or the other. So you have those Luciferians. Those Luciferians, they're the light bearers, the people
yeah.
that shed light on things. So that's one aspect. And then you have in the Greek Bible, Jesus is not spelled Jesus. It is spelled Iesous, Isus.
Yeah.
And when you look that up in the concordance, it means Hail Zeus.
You know,
Just
my
to
my
throw that
my
out
biggest
there.
thing was this. There's
What?
been 21 people with the same entities. There's been 21 entities with the
Mhm.
same story of Jesus, and they all came
Yeah.
before him. So
Right.
21 stories before him, all had the Virgin Mama, all that same stuff. So
Yeah.
it's looking like it's not looking really real. You know what I mean? Looking like some stolen stories and allegory, and nobody
Mhm.
really knew. The people that wrote about him didn't actually meet him. Wrote about him 40 years
Right.
later, 100 years later. Never actually saw him. Had visions of him only. I mean, it's just looking like we can't find him.
Right. He's like that character. I mean, okay, you want to look at the Sumerian text. You want to look at the Bhagavad Gita, which is the people from Hindustan, what they call India today, because they are actually Eastern Ethiopians. So you want to look at the Coptic church, which was like the foundation for Christianity. It came before Christianity. So they got a lot of these stories and they told them over and over with different names and different tongues.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they just like remixed and added their shit. Like they invented hell. Like I
Exactly.
forgot what century they introduced the concept of hell. They
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
introduced that. But you can't tell the average Christian today that hell doesn't exist.
Yeah, they use that hell to scare you up to the religion.
Yeah, fear tactics, yeah.
Because people get scared, boy. That's why some people is only even halfway right. People that want to be bad, they think about, well, I might just burn or I might just go to a place called hell. But
Right.
anyway,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
pot's really about to get stirred. I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
Rapper Jay Z then took some of those masters of Prince that Prince left him and then put them in the new Jesus movie. And there's a new
Put them in
Jesus
the
movie.
new what?
There's a new Jesus movie coming out. You
Okay.
can't call it that though. You can't call it
Okay.
a Bible movie, but it's the same story of Jesus from a black man's perspective. It's called the Book of Clarence. So it's like
Mm.
who's ever writing this movie that'll be out
Mhm.
shortly, like within a couple of weeks or
Okay.
months, because I've already seen previews. It's ready. Uh, it's got Prince. It's got the artist formerly known as Prince, because he can't even say his name
Mhm.
Prince no more. He was a slave, so he he said it himself. The artist
Formerly known as Prince.
the artist formerly known as Prince gave his masters to Jay-Z right before he died.
Mhm.
His masters are now in the movie, so they're gonna continue
Mm.
to make money. You're gonna feel them because they was recorded analog. Remember, I told you about the difference between recording digital and
Yeah.
analog. It's analog. It's in the movie. It's perfect. Somebody was thinking it's gonna hit the people's heart. I'm gonna support it just because it's
Mm.
black. They told their story. They've used their visions. They've used their pictures ever since I was a little kid. Now, give me my black vision, whether it's true or false. Just to hear it is going to be fun. Just to see the pot
Yeah.
get stirred up, it's going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
You
gonna be
know,
awesome because it's gonna remind people and awaken them. It's gonna spark something in a person to make them think because that like messes up their program, because it's like the Matrix and you ran on this program. You've been fed
yeah,
Jesus, 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 and he's white and all these things, and then seeing that imagery is gonna like awaken something.
yeah. So it's the book. You ain't heard about it?
No,
It's called the Book
no,
of Clarence. And one of
okay,
those, I forgot the dude's name, but he's the black dude from that gunslinging movie that Jay-Z has something to do with. It's one of the main characters. He's the black dude be in everything. He was in Get Out. I mean, this
was
black
he in? Oh, him.
it's that black dude. I don't know. I got to start knowing these actors' name, but
Okay.
he's very known, and he's one of my best actors right now.
Okay.
He's one of my best
I'm gonna
actors.
have to
You gonna
definitely.
know who he is. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, that dude. He's got it going on. Uh,
That's
he's got it
crazy
going
that
on.
you
He's the
mentioned
main
that
character
too.
playing Jesus or Clarence, whatever.
Yeah, because wasn't he in the Black Messiah? Wasn't he the main character in the Black Messiah?
I don't know what
The
the Black
Rise
Messiah
of the
is.
Black Messiah.
What's that?
Um, it was a movie. It was like talking about the Panthers and
Oh yeah, he's in that movie too. Yeah.
yeah, 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 and it's really given us brown people, melanated people, clues that we are the KRST, the Christ
Yeah,
returning.
consciousness.
The
Yeah,
Messiah is a Christ consciousness. And when people understand that it's a consciousness, it's a mindset, not waiting for a person to save you.
yeah. It's crazy. It's all pretty interesting. I try to stay light on the topics because people they already think they so stupid they think this is a demon. I'm like, it's just a logo.
That I mean, they don't even
They ain't so
understand.
dumb. Like it's just, that's jewelry, emerald,
Yeah,
locks, the
they've been
world.
brainwashed to think
You
that a
see a skull and
skull
you just
is
think Illuminati. No,
poison.
every
Right.
skulls are sacred. If you find the sacred crystal skulls around the world, they are so sacred. Everything skull ain't bad. People just been so brainwashed, and most of this Illuminati stuff that you see, they stole it from the black people anyway. The original
It's
Illuminati is the black people. You know.
yeah, and they call
So,
themselves something else.
yeah, so
But
it's all
yeah,
messed up. People gotta remember we're the origins of everything. We can come and take it back if we want to. We can go full
what?
black and naughty on them. People just, but people they get so scared. I had people that want to hang my posters up, didn't want to purchase my product. I had people that I'm like, you can't be
Yeah,
serious right now.
yeah, because they've been programmed like it's spooky. But one thing about our cousins, the Mexican people, the Mexican people, when they celebrate the Day of the Dead, the ancestors, there's also a French Creole version of that. It's called Fête Gede. But when they have the skulls, they're all pretty and decorated with bright colors and flowers, marigolds, and all that.
Yeah.
And it makes it less spooky. But like that emblem, your logo, to people is spooky because they don't grew up watching The Exorcist and all kind of stuff like that, you
Yeah.
know. But the skull represents the ancestors, the ones that came before us. So it's a good symbol, the skull.
Yeah, man. I actually looked at it as like a demon fighter, a personal protector, a spiritual bodyguard. I've created. You can create entities with your own mind. And so they say it takes a wolf to kill a wolf. I was thinking more
Mhm.
like I'll create something that looks like a warrior to fight demons, not to be a demon. Like
Mhm.
I'm a straight product. My bloodline is a straight product of the Most High, the real Most High, not this stuff people playing around with. So, but being, so I just hate that. Like people, they'll try to judge, and what they don't understand, they'll try to. They fear what they don't understand. It's just a mess. People just
Exactly.
lost,
Right. And they need to look up that word demon. It
Yeah.
was spelled Daemon.
Uh,
And it's really not bad. So I challenge people to look up that word, look
Oh,
up the
tell us
origins
that. Tell
of
us
the
a little bit about
word.
that. What do you mean? Because now you saying that they're gonna really flap. What? She said a demon ain't bad. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
it's
she's a
not
devil girl.
bad.
You about to hear it now.
Oh, and you okay? We're going back to movies because the rule is they do have to warn you. They do have to show you these visuals. So y'all look at movies, you just gotta decipher it. But
Yeah.
that movie, the Golden Compass, you remember
Uh,
that? It had what's her name? Tom what's his name? I don't know. The Mission Impossible dude, his wife, uh
uh,
Kidman. I see that stone. It had her in it, but in that movie, everybody had their own demon. It was their spirit guide or their spirit animal.
yeah.
So it just means it's your spirit guide, your angel, all of these things. So look up the origins of the word. I can't look it up right now to just give y'all the complete. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. People be tripping, man. They get their minds right. Everybody got problems with.
Yeah.
And a lot of this stuff been. It's so much we as a people don't know. So everybody should be trying to figure it out together and putting it, adding to the evidence or the puzzles because we don't really have that much evidence except our intuition, our memories in our mind, the voices within, our dreams. But
Hmm.
these books, we can't trust them and rely on them. Okay?
Yeah, that's why you gotta just.
That's why I always tell people you go back to the origins. The farther you can go back on something, probably the safer, the realer it probably is. So instead of with the Bible being what you say 400 or 600 or some people say 2,000-year-old stories. Okay, so I always in 2012 and 2011 I started researching the origins of whatever was going on 6,000 years ago. So I'm already past what the Bible was talking about. So I'm believing
Right,
more of what they talking about. The Hopi Indians, the Samaritans,
right.
the Mayans, the Incas, the different people like that. So, and I keep
Yes.
on naming a lot. But what they was saying, if they before, you want to know, you see what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
it,
the origins. Yeah, because that's when I started basically to reawaken was right before the 2012, and it was
yeah,
just meaning the end of that cycle, and now we have this awakening cycle. That's when a lot of people started waking up, and that's when like YouTube started having all these people on here breaking down the science and looking at these old books that they now have. Some of them are
Yeah.
like thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, that they know the average person is they're not going to try to buy those books because
Yeah.
they can afford it. So what they say, you want to hide something from a people, put it in a book.
Black
That
people, they say that. They
that's
say that
messed up.
about black people, not all
Yeah,
people.
and because to say black people, that means ignorant people, and the people as a whole, they don't realize that whenever you saying you're black and this black, 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 you're not even calling yourself what your ancestors called you,
Right.
original names. So
You know,
that has
I was
a
riding
state.
down the street
Hmm.
and the sun was illuminating on me one day, and I thought about it. I'm like, this is on my only opinion though. I feel like we copper.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
I
They
do. I feel like
describe
we
us as
copper.
yeah, they describe us as copper color. The definition of Americans,
So
the
what if?
copper
So
colored
today, what
people
if we
that were
could?
found here.
You know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to attempt to do, and
What?
we document it. We document it today, right now. Whatever today's date is, the world gonna know. Stop calling people black people. Stop calling us the N word. Start calling us copper. Don't call us colored. Don't call you can if you want to. It ain't gonna offend me. But
Yeah,
call
color.
us copper. Call us copper.
Yeah, I would prefer the term melanated because our
That's
melanin
cool.
is worth
The reason why I say the
worth more than gold. It's worth more than gold.
reason why I wouldn't say use the word melanin. Only reason why listen, because I don't know what melanin really is. But
Okay.
Dr. Sabi said
Hmm.
melanin is not a real thing. It's concentrated carbon. So I would say the carbonated race.
Right. Okay. So if it's concentrated carbon, okay, that's melanin is concentrated carbon. So if you want to say
Exactly.
the carbon beings,
The carbon beam. The
okay.
carbon copper. Look, we go deep with the carbon copper beings.
Yeah, but see, they had other definitions too. They said that the original dark Indians were copper colored, cinnamon, and tawny, even
Okay.
chestnut, and then they said as dark as the Ethiopians. This is what they said. So they even distinguished the originals from the Ethiopians, even
Mm,
though, you know, just to throw that out there.
mm, yeah.
What was you gonna say? What was you gonna say?
I,
Because you just stopped.
because I'm think, you know why because I'm thinking about like what we saying. If somebody take the time out, because we only gonna
Hmm.
give them about 30 minutes. We had 23, 20, 20. If they really just take the time, we're not trying to convince nobody's mind. No, we're not even really going deep like we could go deep. But we
Just
trying
fact
to
check
spark,
us.
huh?
No, I'm saying I'm telling the people fact check us.
Yeah,
Research everything we just said.
just you know, just research anything you believe in, anything you was told. And that's why you think about the defense mechanisms that the Bible put out. They say, don't question God. That's the defense. Don't, how would I learn if I don't question? Can't you ask your teacher a question in school? If this is God, he has nothing to hide and protect. Why couldn't you question it? That
Right.
question should bring forth answers. The answer should be in the book if it was really written by God. Don't
Mhm.
question it. That's stupid. That's
It,
stupid. That's stupid.
exactly, exactly. And when they research, they got to go past the Bible because the Bible is only
Yeah,
so many years
they be thinking that that's
end all
they
be all.
there's no evidence. They that's what they use for evidence. It's not old enough.
No, it's not.
And you don't look at the signatures on there. Who wrote it? Who gave it to you? Why they gave it to you? When they gave it to you? When they took
Right.
your land, they gave you the book. They took your land and gave you the book.
Yeah. Yeah, and then fed it back to you with some
Yeah.
other stuff mixed in there.
That's why preachers don't pay taxes to the U.S. government because you pushing their agenda. People don't get it. Like, you think they're gonna let a black man, make all that money in the hood from all the donations from the church and not pay them back in taxes? No, because you're doing their work. Wake up, people. Wake up. And that's as far as I go today with it.
Yeah, wake up and research the origins, and you got to go past Abrahamic religions. That's Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. You got to go past that. What stone is that? Is that
Just
like
the Cornelius, just the Cornelius. I'm
okay?
gonna probably be writing a song today, so I just got it for creativity. Got the heart shape. It's full of energy and love. I done had it charged out in the moonlights and sunlights. I'm like a scientist. And
Yeah,
people that don't believe in science is crazy because science shows more facts than anything do. You can prove things with science. Can you
science
prove
is
it?
like spirit. It's a branch of spirituality to
Yeah,
me.
people just crazy, man. But I feel like this Jay-Z movie is gonna really shake them up. I don't know Jay-Z personally. Many people think he's the devil. They hate him. I've never met him. He's one of my favorite rappers still because of the bars he delivers and the music and the cleverness of it. I don't have a reason to hate him yet, so I don't hate him. Big love to you, Jay-Z. You my favorite artist. Uh, I would give him a shot with some music business. Until you fuck me, I don't know. Nobody can't. I can't go off what the world say. I,
Right.
I deal with. I like the guy.
I would love to see Jay Z get together with RZA and make a movie because RZA, he did that movie. It was like a martial art movie. I can't even think of it, but he's a mastermind too. I only
Yeah,
like Jay Z for his like when he goes deep like that. He wasn't necessarily one of my favorite lyricists. I was like Nas fan. I was Nas
yeah.
over Jay Z. That was me. But I like when he tries to get deep and challenge and awakening the people, spark something in their mind to wake the f up.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We got about 2 minutes in. Or any message positive you want to give to the youth?
Mhm. Everything that you need is within. Within. When you are searching for something, look in the mirror, meditate. When you pray to God, how do you hear God's voice? It's your voice talking back to you. So everything you need is within. That's what I will leave them with.
I'm your host, doing the most, Mr. Stinky, coming at you live with Christina the Red Tail Hawk like a bullet.
Peace.